welcome to another episode of Next News. I'm Adam Lear and I'm with
Roger, or Mr. Roger.
Mr. Roger Pearson. We're going to do a quick interview today with Mr. Zanchetta from TV2 Nord. So without further ado, let's bring Peter in. Are you there, Peter?
Hey,
there he is. How are you?
I'm good, you?
Very well, thank you. Before IBC, which we're leaving for tomorrow morning, we just thought we'd ask a few questions about the challenges that you've faced as a broadcaster in the past year and how we've gone about solving them.
Yeah. So in the last couple of years, we've started outputting content to several other outlets in our flow channel. That also means that more and more different journalists are working on the content during the day. And how do we make sure that everyone has the same research material and know what has been collected in regards to a specific story during the day? That's something we needed a piece of equipment to handle, so that we didn't have to go online and go for different outlets every time we came in and started a new story to see what the station had published.
Peter, I'm just going to run through some shots of your newsroom. If you could just talk us how things work around in here. So we start here, we're in your new studio here.
Yeah, that's a studio where we also have Next has provided the teleprompters and the counting systems and stuff like that, so that we have actually gotten rid of some standalone equipment now. And this is the newsroom, where this is the directors looking at the rundown at the moment, but we are not really that rundown focused anymore. So we are actually focused on the story basis, but
okay.
So
and then
this is a storyboard. So this is where we actually create the story.
Mm-hmm. And then you take that through to the automation. So here we've got you actually in the gallery operating.
So when the story is done, of course, we take it into the gallery and broadcast it either live or we pre-record it, or we just take the story and send it out to social media or any other platform without any form of automation. Today we are broadcasting with only one person in the gallery, as opposed to having 3 or 4 before we got nxtedition.
I'm a little bit curious, Mr. Zanchetta, about the productivity. Have you seen anything? I mean, you have used the system for a couple of months now. Have you seen any increase in productivity, or what is your feeling about that?
That has not really been our focus, but I can say for sure that we have increased the knowledge within the newsroom. Everybody is aware of what is happening where and when, which also in the long run will contribute to our productivity, I'm pretty sure of that.
What was it you think that's made nxtedition stand out?
I think the fact that we can pretty much do anything within nxtedition, of course with the legal boundaries of social media, but we can publish to our Facebook page and our website, and we can go online with live feeds and stuff like that, and we can still do our broadcast from within the same system and within the same story container. Our journalists can work on the same story for multiple outlets.
So we're talking, you're consolidating the newsroom and all of the aggregation of the news material into one place so that it's easier for everyone to work flat across the organization.
So as a smaller outlet, TV2 region or any smaller news outlet, we don't have a huge SoMe department and a huge online department. All the journalists have to contribute to whatever we put out. And in the past, you could have 3 or 4 journalists during the time span of a day calling the same source, because we had nowhere to fit the information that we actually called the mayor of this and that city, or the fireman, or whomever it was. Today, we actually post it within nxtedition, and the next journalists that come in for the next shift can see what happened. We can go back tomorrow when it's a revolving story to see who did we talk to yesterday. Is there any contact numbers? What did they say? Did they want to be a part of the story? Did they not want to? So we gather a lot of information that we had on paper or emails or wherever before.
And in the aggregation of that content, moving forwards, I mean, the digital side of the business is obviously quite hard to organize normally. Do you see more of your output going to the digital end, or are you going to be doing more of the flow, or is it a combination of the two at TV2 Nord?
At least for the foreseeable future, we will still have an outlet that outputs flow television. Probably not in the same sense as we are doing today. We have a couple of news shows on a national broadcaster, which is going to be exactly the same for the next couple of years. But we also have a 24-hour channel, which we have to move into a different workflow with because of the size of our station. So we have to utilize the content that we are acquiring for multiple platforms. So it's not, I cannot have a crew going out and only making stuff for broadcast. Sometimes I can, but they often have to be able to acquire content that can be used on different platforms. Or at least we have to be able to, when we come home, to fit it into the style that fits the different platforms. And that's something that nxtedition is able to help us with as well.
Okay. And finally, just moving forward, where do you see the situation in, say, 5 to 10 years? Where do you think the focus will be then for TV2 Nord?
In 10 years, I'm not really sure whether or not we're not only doing streaming things. So whether or not we are doing it live streaming, I have no idea. But I know that the customers are streaming things when they want and how they want, and not at a specific time where we decide that they have to watch us.
Okay, Peter, thanks for your time. I know you're a busy man, so we hope to see you over at IBC. And
have a good show.
Yeah, and we'll see you very soon. And thanks for everyone to watching.
Thank you.